Hello, everybody.
Hello. Let me get in line with the camera here.
I know, and you want to make sure our signs are showing.
Oh, I know the problem. I'm not high enough. There we go.
Hi, everybody. Shout out to everybody. And for those of you who don't know, Cora was in a accident and her shoulder got banged up. And so we pray for a speedy recovery, Cora. And so sorry, to hear about that. And
But, it happens. We're just glad that nothing more serious happened.
Yeah. Glad you're okay. And anyway, yeah, so sorry to hear that. Okay, so what have we got now, Mikey?
I don't know. I'm just your wingman.
You're just here to look good, right?
Yeah. Shut up. I'm only here to look as good as I can look.
And here I thought you were here just to rant and rave and entertain everybody.
Oh, that comes later. What have we got today, dear?
Okay, so we have been in contact with Atlantis. Hi, Atlantis.
Hello, buddy.
Thank you so much for everything you've been doing.
And we hope you get our check soon.
Yeah, definitely want that library.
Yeah, definitely want the library. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. So, okay, so he sent us this email. And he says, here are a couple of rare items for your records, okay? He says, the very first Watchtower was not published in 1879, as Jehovah's Witnesses might lead people to believe.
Really? Yeah. Wow.
As Jehovah's Witnesses, we did not know that.
We did not know that.
Yeah. The first Watchtower magazine was published in 1850, which was 2 years before Charles Russell was even born.
Imagine that.
George Storrs published the first Watchtower magazine, and Russell copied from its format.
The charlatan.
Oh, he wouldn't do that.
The charlatan.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is we're going to let Kim finish, and then we're going to show you the proof right from the famous Proclaimers book.
Yeah. Okay, right from their own mouth, or from their own book. Okay, please look at the footnote found on page 48 of the Proclaimers book at the bottom of the page where the Watchtower Society admits this.
The footnote reads, the expression Watchtower is not unique to Russell's writings or to Jehovah's Witnesses. See, unique means that it's one of a kind.
Russell didn't invent it.
The expression Watchtower is not unique to Russell or the writings of Jehovah's Witnesses. George Storrs published a book in the 1850s called The Watchtower, or Man in Death and the Hope of a Future Life. The name was also incorporated in the title of various religious protocols. In other words, other religious magazines being printed back in the 1850s, 60s, and 70s.
There was a lot of periodicals back then.
It stems from the idea of keeping on the watch for the outworking of God's purposes. So, Jehovah's Witnesses, Watchtower magazine does not uniquely belong to you people.
Yeah.
Busted.
Busted again. Yeah.
And that comes right from their own literature.
Yeah, that's the Proclaimers book, page 48. Now, that wasn't just unique just to that particular, Watchtower magazine. There's more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Russell and Barber were not the first to publish the three worlds, as Jehovah's Witnesses might lead people to believe. Once again, George Storrs published the three worlds in 1859, which was 18 years before Russell and Barber ever thought about the subject. They didn't think about the subject. They stole the subject.
They stole the subject. Did they plagiarize this?
Yeah.
Oh, aren't publishing corporations usually guilty of that? I mean, didn't a publishing company take your book and sell it without giving you royalties? This is what publishing companies do, people. Russell and the Watchtower is no different. Not different at all.
Yeah, so busted. Okay, now Atlantis has been sending us a wealth of information, and we thank you so much. He also sent us this, and it says many people have asked how the Watchtower Society was making money in the early years of its being incorporated.
Okay, can I interject something right
Yeah.
here? Okay.
It wasn't a miracle.
No, it wasn't a miracle. Okay, I want to go back to Jehovah's Witnesses, proclaimers of God's kingdom.
A lot of witnesses don't even know they have this in their library.
Yeah, well, you know what? Remember when this came out in the assembly? Oh my God, we couldn't wait to get our hands on this.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that I want to read is
Even now it's invaluable.
Yeah, I want to read a little bit of the forward. Well, hell with it. I'm going to read it all, just so that Jehovah's Witnesses know that this does exist in their book. Jehovah's Witnesses are a people widely known. Their preaching and way of worship have penetrated national and racial groups worldwide and have been embraced by people, young and old, at every economic and educational level. Their zeal as proclaimers of God's kingdom has impressed even their critics. I'm not impressed. Their love toward one another makes non-witnesses wish that more people acted that way. Really? I don't want to act like an elder hiding a pedophile. Can you imagine the conscience of that elder having to sleep at night when he's sitting on a judicial case, or when he's reading a letter from another congregation that, brother just moved in? Watch brother so-and-so. There have been accusations of pedophilia against him in this congregation. You need to keep an eye on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really makes me wish that more people will like Jehovah's Witnesses. Hell no! Yet many still wonder, who really are Jehovah's Witnesses? Well, who really are Jehovah's Witnesses? Well,
that's why we're here.
Pretty much you're not going to find them knocking from door to door anymore. You're going to find them on tvjw.org. That's where you're going to find Jehovah's Witnesses.
Or with their literature cards out.
Yeah, or with the literature cards. Others have written about them, not always impartially. Well, yeah, John Cedars has written a lot of stuff impartially about, not always impartially about Jehovah's Witnesses. And you know what? I will also. Kim already has. Probably they are not aware of all the facts. Yes, Watchtower, you're GD right. We are aware of all the facts.
We know your
history. We know your history now, buddy.
The skeletons in your closet.
Certainly, no one knows their modern day history better than they themselves do. For real? For real?
Okay, now that you've laid
Oh, no, I ain't done.
You're not done?
I ain't done. Better than they themselves do. The editors of this volume have endeavored to be objective and to present a candid history. Jehovah's Witnesses, pay close attention, because we're going to show you a piece of candid history that is not in the Proclaimers book. This is something that Watchtower really wished would go away and be buried. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have not presented a candid history to all who are aware of what the Bible foretells for the last days. This history of a people who intentionally believe and preach what the Bible says will especially be enlightening. You know what? I have a question for the XJW community. And I want you to think about this. I know there are many varying views, very many varying opinions as to whether God now exists, whether God don't exist. Kim and I, we choose to try to maintain a Christian identity, and really loving your neighbor as yourself, treating everybody with the utmost dignity and respect is more than anybody can ask for. But I do have a question I want you to ponder. If the 1,000-year reign of Christ begins tomorrow, how would this book be rewritten? Honestly, how do you people in the XJW community realize that 1,000 years from now we're going to be rewriting this book? Okay, wow. So now we're going to get to a piece of candid history that Watchtower wishes was gone.
Now, most of us in the XJW community know about the miracle wheat, and maybe even a few Jehovah's Witnesses know about the miracle wheat that they were selling, back in Russell's day.
And also the radio electronic, which we did see an advertisement in one of the old golden ages for that Radiotronics machine.
Yes, and we did do it in another video.
Yep, exactly.
So it was actually in their literature advertising this.
So what are we
machine.
hinting at? Are we hinting at the fact that they were pushing Bibles out the front door while they were pushing wholesale merchandise out the back door? Let's see.
Interesting. Okay, nearly 99% of Jehovah's Witnesses today are not aware that the Watchtower Society was actually hiding the products it was selling out the back door. Hidden inside the Watchtower were other companies selling wholesale goods such as sewing machines, shoes, clothes, furniture. One of the companies inside the Watchtower that was selling merchandise was called the Salon Association. It's SLLON. Salon.
And you can
Salon.
Google that.
Yeah, I did.
You can still Google that and find this today.
Yeah. Charles Russell testified in court and lied at least 7 times that he knew nothing about this company. The most shocking evidence brought into court was the 1905 Salon Journal, which was an advertising magazine the Watchtower published and sent out to sell these goods. Okay, now this is from the court transcript, just a little piece that we'll read from 1906. In court, under oath, Russell said, what?
And then we actually have the quoted court documents.
From the Salon Journal.
From the Salon Journal.
Yeah. Okay. So when asked about this company, I really do not remember anything about it. What is the Salon Society? What does it do? I don't know anything about it. This is Russell. You have heard of it? I have heard of the Salon Society. Yes, sir, but I have nothing to do with it. Now remember this. This is Russell, your founder. Where is its office? I do not know. I think it's in Cleveland. Okay, now what we did is in this transcript, they then go to the 1905 Salon Journal, and on page 11...
Yes, and again, we want to thank Atlantis for alerting us to this, because we don't want to take credit for this, because this is actually his work.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is like the Alexandria Library of Watchtower.
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually sent us the PDF of this Salon Journal from this. And on page 11, you can see we have it.
Which you can still Google it, and you can read it right online. Because all we did was Google it, and then we printed the page.
Well, he sent me the PDF, and I printed it from that.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I'm going to read something else about the company in another book.
Okay.
That I did Google.
Oh, okay. I've got the two instances confused here. See, that's what happens when I quit being the co-pilot and try to be the pilot. I confused the pilot.
No, you were busy reading something else, and I was busy clicking away on the computer, and he didn't see what I was doing.
What was so funny about this is when we sat down to start the video, I actually read the foreword, and it just didn't dawn on me how ridiculous it was until I started reading it before the camera. And then it's like, oh my God, do you hear what Watchtower is saying?
Yeah. Okay, so from the 1905 Salon Journal, page 11, under the subheading, quite a compliment. Now remember, Russell testified he knew nothing about this company to the court. The managers...
He thought it was in Cleveland.
Yeah. The managers of our purchasing department have reason to be gratified at the compliment paid them by the editor of Zion's Watchtower in giving our society a voluntary commendation. As a member and beneficiary for years, he is a competent witness. He said, what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society does for its patrons in the matter of securing them wholesale rates on Bibles, etc., the Salon Association does for its members in all lines of goods. And on many lines, there is still a greater discrepancy between the wholesale and the retail prices than on Bibles. The managers of the Salon are well known to us as in every way honorable and reliable, and we give this announcement without solicitation for the benefit of Watchtower readers, that they all, as well as the Bible House force, may benefit by the wholesale purchasing arrangement, affecting large savings in their purchases yearly.
And that's where the Watchtower empire begins. They push Bibles out the front door and merchandise out the back. Merchandise. The search for more money.
So what we're going to do now is there is a book, And like I said, I just Googled this. And this is from the book called The Four Presidents of the Watchtower Society. And it is by Edmund Gruss, Gruss. And this is on page 21. Okay, now this is talking about this whole court ordeal. And it says Attorney Porter questioned Christina Weir, who worked in the mailing and shipping department. Okay. She goes, well, in the Bible House Annex, what business was carried on there if there was an annex? And then she answers, during the year 1905, there was some business carried on there by the Salon Society. Porter, and what did that business consist of? Weir, the buying and selling of goods at wholesale rates. Porter, selling them, I understand, to the subscribers to the Solon Journal. Is that the idea? Weir, yes, sir. Porter, was or was it not the Solon Journal sent out with the Watchtowers? Weir, I saw it wrapped there during one issue in the same packages as the Watchtower and taken over to the post office. Porter, did you know a firm doing business in that building by the name of Logan, Land and White House? Weir, yes, sir. Porter, and what business did that firm carry on, if any, and if you know? Weir, it carried on the business of the Salon Society. Porter, then the Logan, Land and White House firm was substantially the Salon Society. Weir, that was what I understood. What other than being caught lying in his previous testimony concerning the Salon Association can explain Russell's sudden recovery of memory and detailed knowledge concerning it when he was recalled and questioned by his attorney? Remember that Russell had testified concerning the Salon Association.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I do not know anything about it. Russell's lawyer returned to the issue. Mr. Russell, there has been a good deal said here about an association called the Solon Association. Can you tell us briefly what that association was and what your relation to it was, if any? I have no relation to the Solon Association. It was a little company organized by some friends who had been connected with the Consumers Universal Supply Company. They had left good positions to enter that supply company and it had failed. And now they thought they saw the point where the failure had been made. And by organizing the Salon Association, they could make good what they had otherwise lost. Their business was to charge $1 for their journal, and that gave them a permit to purchase goods through the association at wholesale rates. As they were friends of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, they asked to use the Society's Millennium Dawn list, and we let them use it, provided that nothing in the journal would refer to the society as endorsing their project. Interesting.
Caught with the hand in the cookie jar. Now,
Busted.
that's the candid history, folks, right there.
And there's just a little piece.
You won't ever see that in your Proclaimer's book because this is a tainted history of Jehovah's Witnesses. Biased, whatever you want to call it. I just can't wait till that 1,000-year reign and we can rewrite the Watchtower history as it truly happened.
I think at that point, the only thing we'll be saying about Watchtower is, oh, they were just a man of lawlessness.
True, exactly.
Not worth writing their history.
Yep, exactly.
So,
but it's been fun having fun.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
So we all hope you all have a great weekend. And
yep. I go back to work tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yep. And shout out to everybody. Love you all. God bless.
Bye.